Hare Krishna, good morning. Please accept my obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. So this morning we will glorify Lord Nityananda. In 2 weeks from now it is that's Nityananda Trayodasi, and in preparation for this great day we will make an attempt to glorify Lord Nityananda. Om Jnana Timandasya Shananshana Shalakya Chakshu Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Staptam Yena Bhutale Svam Rupakadamayam Dadati Svapalantikam Vandeham Shiru Shiyuda Padakamalam Shirum Vaishnavamsa Shirupam Jagajatam Saganaragnatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parjana Saitam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Saganalita Shivishakam Vitam Shah He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jatpate Gopesha Gopkakanta Radha Kanta Namastate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhana Sutadevi Pranamama Haripriye Vankha Kalta Visha Kripa Sindhavevisha Padnam Pavanabhyo Vaishnabhyo Namo Nama Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. The best person to glorify Lord Nityananda is certainly Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, who is disciple in the line of Lord Nityananda. He dedicates an entire chapter on Lord Nityananda in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Lila, chapter 6, entitled The Glories of Lord Nityananda. In the beginning of this chapter, he establishes the position of Lord Nityananda. Lord Nityananda is non-different from Balaram, and explains in the beginning that Balaram and Krishna are both the Supreme Personality of Godhead. What is the difference? That Krishna is black and Balaram is white. That's the only difference, he says. Of course, Balaram is the first expansion of Krishna, and from him all other incarnations, all other expansions come, all Vaikuntha expansions, the Purusha avatars who create this material world. This is all coming from Lord Balaram. So Lord Balaram, why is Lord Balaram so important for us? Why is Lord Nityananda so important? Because Balaram removes all obstacles for us to approach Krishna. Therefore, the mercy of Lord Nityananda is very important for us. Now, like I said before, that Lord Nityananda, Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is best situated to glorify Lord Nityananda. And at the end of this chapter 6, he tells his own story, how he finally was ordered to go by Lord Nityananda to Vrindavan. That it's also very instructive for us, that because it speaks about the importance of seeing Lord Nityananda non-different from Lord Chaitanya, Lord Krishna Chaitanya. You cannot worship Lord Chaitanya without Nityananda. You cannot accept Lord Chaitanya and not Nityananda. So this story of moving to Vrindavan starts with an experience at his home place, where an experience that will lead to the appearance of Lord Nityananda in a dream. And that starts with a visit to his home by another disciple of Lord Nityananda, Minaketan Ramdas. Minaketan Ramdas, he had been the personal servant of Lord Nityananda for a long time. And he visited the home of Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. And I want to read this pastime. I will read it in English up to the point that Lord Nityananda appears in a dream of Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. And it's a very beautiful description of Lord Balaram. And Lord Balaram orders him to leave the place and go to Vrindavan. So I will share the screen now. We'll share the screen. And here we have Chaitanya Charitamrita. So before
Please mute your lines.
So before reading from Chaitanya Charitamrita, we glorify the Panchatattva with the words Jaya Jaya Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhaktavinda Jaya Jaya Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhaktavinda Jaya Jaya Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhaktavinda. So Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj, he writes, Lord Nityananda had a servant named Sri Minaketan Ramdas, who was a reservoir of love. At my house there was a Sankirtan day and night, and therefore he visited there, having been invited. Absorbed in emotional love, he sat in my courtyard, and all the Vaishnavas bowed down at his feet. In a joyful mood of love of God, He sometimes climbed upon the shoulder of someone, offering obeisance, and sometimes he struck others with his flute or mightily slapped them. He was very ecstatic. When someone saw the eyes of Minaket and Ramdas, tears would automatically flow from his own eyes, for a constant shower of tears flowed from the eyes of Minaket and Ramdas. So that is called Bhakti Prabhava. Prabhava means influence. Yeah, when Bhakti Maharaj gave me sannyas, he said, your name is Bhakti Prabhava. Now with your Prabhava means influence, with your influence of Bhakti, you spread Krishna consciousness all over the world. That was his instruction. But I'm not Bhakti Prabhava. Minaket and Ramdas is Bhakti Prabhava. That just by singing, one became also ecstatic. So that is a great influence of Bhakti. Sometimes there were eruptions of ecstasy like kadamba flowers, or some parts of his body, and sometimes one limb would be stunned while another would be trembling. Whenever he shouted aloud the name Nityananda, the people around him were filled with great wonder and astonishment. One respectable Brahmin named Shigurna Varna Mishra was serving the deity. When Minaketan was seated in the yard, his Brahmin did not offer him respect. Seeing this, Sri Das became angry and spoke. Here I find the second Romar's son, Sutta, who did not stand to show honor when he saw Lord Balaram. After saying this, he danced and sang to his heart's content, but the Brahmin did not become angry, for he was serving Lord Krishna. Prabhupada's purport. Minaketan Ramdas was a great devotee of Lord Nityananda. When he entered the house of Krishna Das Kaviraj, Gunarnava Mishra, the priest who was worshipping the deity installed in the house, did not receive him very well. A similar event occurred when Romarshan Sutta was speaking to the great assembly of the sages of Naimisaranya. Lord Balaram entered that great assembly, but since Romarshan Sutta was on the Vyasasan, he did not get down to offer respect to Lord Baladev. The behavior of Gunarnava Mishra indicated that he had no great respect for Lord Nityananda. And this idea was not at all palatable to Minaket and Ramdas. For this reason, the mentality of Minaket and Ramdas is never deprecated by devotees. At the end of the festival, Minaket and Ramdas went away, offering his blessings to everyone. At that time, he had some controversy with my brother. My brother had firm faith in Lord Chaitanya, but only a dim glimmer of faith in Lord Nityananda. So that will be the issue, that we cannot approach Lord Chaitanya without the mercy of Lord Nityananda. Lord Nityananda is the original spiritual master. It means we cannot approach Krishna without the mercy of the spiritual master. So, knowing this, Sri Ramdas felt unhappy in his mind. I then rebuked my brother. These two brothers, I told him, are like one body. They are identical manifestations. If I do not believe in Nityananda, you will fall down. So that is a fact. that if we don't accept the spiritual master and take directly to the Lord, it's not possible. If you have faith in one but disrespect the other, your logic is like the logic of accepting half a hen. Yeah. Arda kukuti nyaya. Arda kukuti nyaya. The logic of accepting a half hen. So yes, when there's a chicken and one wants to only the back side that gives the eggs, but not the front side, because it eats too much. You have to feed the hen. Anyway, it would be better to be an atheist by slighting both brothers than a hypocrite by believing in one and slighting the other. The Sri Ramdas broke his flute in anger and went away. At that time, my brother fell down. I've thus described the power of the servants of Lord Nityananda. Now I shall describe another characteristic of his mercy. That night Lord Nityananda appeared to me in a dream because of my good quality in chastising my brother. Interesting. So we should defend the devotees. That's important. In the village of Chamatapur, which is near Naihati, Lord Nityananda appeared to me in a dream. Yeah, Prabhupada gives some hints how to get there. So it seems Prabhupada encouraged also that we should visit these holy places. There is now a railway line to Jamatapur. If one wants to go there, you can take a train on the Katha railway line and go directly to the station of Salar. From that station, one can go directly to Jamatapur. Dandavataya ami padinu payite Nitya pada patma prabhu dilamore mate. I fell at his feet offering my obeisance, and he then placed his own lotus feet on my head. Arise, get up. He told me again and again. Upon rising, I was greatly astonished to see his beauty. So this is the description of his beauty. Shyama Sikana Kanti Prakanda Sarira Saksat Kandarpam Yachemaha Malavira. He had a glossy, blackish complexion, and his tall, strong, heroic stature made him seem like Cupid himself. He had beautifully formed hands and arms and legs, and eyes like lotus flowers. He wore a silk cloth with a silk turban on his head. Suvarna kundala karne svarnanga danvala payetena parabache kante pushpamala. He wore golden earrings on his ears and golden armlets and bangles. He wore tinkling anklets on his feet and a garland of flowers around his neck. That is also a characteristic of Balarami. He liked to be dressed nicely, and also Lord Nityananda was always very nicely dressed. Chandana lepiti anga tilaka sutamam matagachan Jinimada Mantarapayana. His body was anointed with sandalwood pulp, and he was nicely decorated with tilak. His movements surpassed those of a maddened elephant. Koti Chandra Jini, Mukha Ujvala Varana, Tadimba Bija Sama, Danta Tambula Sharvana. His face was more beautiful than millions upon millions of moons, and his teeth were like pomegranate seeds because of his chewing battle. Prema Matanga, Daine Vane Dole, Krishna Krishna Baldiya, Gambira Bola Bola. His body moved to and fro, right and left, for he was absorbed in ecstasy. He chanted Krishna, Krishna in a deep voice that Rangayasti haste dole yena mata singa, Charipasi vediache charane tabringa. His red stick moving in his hand. He seemed like a maddened lion. All around the four sides of his foot were bumblebees. His devotees dressed like cowboys surrounded his feet like so many bees and also chanted Krishna, Krishna, absorbed in ecstatic laugh. Some of them played horns and flutes, another danced and sang. Some of them offered betel nuts, and others waved chamara fans about him. Thus I saw the opulence in Lord Nityananda's Swarup. His wonderful form, qualities, and pastimes are all transcendental. I was overwhelmed with transcendental ecstasy, not knowing anything else. Then Lord Nityananda smiled and spoke to me as follows. O my dear Krishna Das, do not be afraid. Go to Vrindavan, for there you will attain all things. After saying this, he directed me towards Vrindavan by waving his hand. Then he disappeared with his associates. I fainted and fell to the ground. My dream broke, and when I regained consciousness, I saw that morning had come. I thought about what I had seen and heard and concluded that the Lord had ordered me to proceed to Vrindavan at once. That very second I started for Vrindavan, and by His mercy I reached there in great happiness. All glory to Lord Nityananda Balaram, by whose mercy I have attained shelter in the transcendental abode of Vrindavan. All glory to the merciful Lord Nityananda, by whose mercy I have attained the shelter at the lotus feet of Sri Rupa and Sri Sanatan. By His mercy I have attained the shelter of the great personality, Sri Raghunath Das Goswami, and by His mercy I found the refuge of Sri Svarup Damodar. So we see that to get the mercy of Lord Nityananda is very essential. Sri Raghunath Das Goswami, he was the son of Govardhan Das, and he was, they were Vaishnavas and they were friends with Haridas Thakur, who they were living in Saptagram, not very from Panihati. And Haridas Thakur was visiting them regularly. And the young Raghunath, he heard from Lord Chaitanya, about Lord Chaitanya from Lord Nityananda. And just by hearing from Haridas Thakur, he became attracted to Lord Chaitanya. And then Um, at that time, Lord Chaitanya had just taken sannyas in Katha, and he went to the house of Acharya in Santipur. And Raghunath went to see Lord Chaitanya. And just by seeing Lord Chaitanya, he became so attracted that. So when he came back at his house, his parents saw that something changed. He had no attraction anymore for material life. That he was always thinking of Lord Chaitanya. And no interest in the business, the family. When his parents made a plan, and they arranged a marriage with a very young girl, beautiful girl. And they were thinking, if he's married, he will become attracted to family life and everything will be all right. So they married Raghunath. But after marriage, Raghunath had no interest in his new wedded wife. No interest. So their plan failed. So when after that he went to see again Lord Chaitanya, who was nearby. That at that time he was on his way to Vrindavan, and Lord Chaitanya came to Panihati, and he asked permission to see Lord Chaitanya, and he went to see Lord Chaitanya. And Lord Chaitanya, he said to Lord Chaitanya, Raghunath, I cannot bear the separation from you. I just want to be with you. I want to join your Sankirtan movement and leave my family. But Lord Chaitanya said, no, you should stay home for the moment. And internally, like a paramour, a wife who has a lover, she does at home her household chores very nicely so that her husband does not suspect that she has a lover, but internally she's always thinking of the lover. In the same time, you should go home and do your business externally, family business, but internally you should always serve Radha and Krishna in your heart. Okay, Lord Raghunath, he accepted that order, and he went back home and tried to follow these instructions, but he could not. He did it for some time, but he could not. And his parents surrounded him by guards 24 hours a day so that he would not run away. So he wanted to go to join Lord Chaitanya in Jagannath Puri, but he could not. It was not possible to approach and be with Lord Chaitanya without the mercy of Nityananda. But then one day, Lord Nityananda came to Panihati, and Raghunath asked permission from his father to go to see him. So he went to see him. when Lord Nityananda saw Raghunath, that he immediately chastised him. He said, you are a thief, that you want to get the mercy of Lord Chaitanya without the mercy, without my mercy, without the mercy of Balaram. Or in other words, without the mercy of the spiritual master. And Raghunath asked, what can I do to repay the offense? And Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda said, you organize a great festival with yogurt and cheap rice. So that is known as the Panihati festival. It's a big, big festival. That and they Raghunath arranged for all the ingredients and provided rice, bananas, and so many ingredients. They are all described in Chaitanya Bhagavat. That it was a great festival, and even during that festival, Lord Chaitanya appeared and danced and joked with Lord Nityananda. So after that festival, what happened? Raghunath was home again and still surrounded by guards. But then once at night, the head priest asked him, because it appeared that one of the pujaris suddenly disappeared, and there was no one to do the service for the deity. And he asked, the head pujari asked to do the puja. And yes, Raghunath saw this. He saw the possibility to escape. He said, I will do the puja, but he never did the puja. And he ran away from Saptagram. And he ran away and was running day and night. He was stopping only to take some milk somewhere. But finally, after some days, he reached Jagannath Puri. And Lord Chaitanya was very happy to see him. And he put him under the care of Swarup Damodar. So in that way, he joined Lord Chaitanya. But he could not before. He had to have the mercy, to receive the mercy of Lord Nityananda. We see that also to approach Krishna, we need the mercy of the spiritual master, Nityananda, and then the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. And then we can worship the deity. Pujaris know that before they start worshipping the deity, they perform puja for the spiritual master, offering him chandan, offering him flowers, and then they have prayers to the spiritual master and to Lord Nityananda, and then prayers to Lord Chaitanya. And then they can worship the deity. So that's the process to approach Krishna. And Lord Nityananda's mercy is very important. Without the mercy of Balaram, we cannot approach Krishna. That also when we chant the Hare Krishna mantra. But to feel Krishna in your heart while chanting. Before chanting, we meditate on the spiritual master, who is representative of Lord Nityananda. And in the heart of the spiritual master is Lord Chaitanya. Then we meditate on Lord Chaitanya, and Lord Chaitanya represents the mercy of Srimati Radharani. And by His mercy, we can think of Radha and Krishna, meditate on Radha and Krishna, or chant without offenses, and get feeling for Krishna, Radha and Krishna, finding them in our heart. So that is an essential aspect of our devotional service. The mercy of Balaram, or Lord Nityananda, is essential. Because, Lord Nityananda is Balaram. Because on the one hand, he's the source of all strength. And at the other side, he's also arranging for all the pleasure of Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Balaram, he has the characteristic that he is the source of all living entities. All the jivas are actually coming from Balaram, Nityananda. They're coming from Balaram in the spiritual sky. In the material concept, all the jivas come from Vishnu, but in a spiritual context, all the jivas come from Balaram. Because what does Balaram or Lord Nityananda do? He engages everyone in the service of Krishna. Therefore, Balaram is original spiritual master. Because in Krishna's pastime, so Nityananda is Balaram, and Balaram, we know Krishna, in Krishna's pastime, Krishna kills many demons. And these demons represents impediments to our Krishna consciousness. So most of the demons in Vrindavan, they are killed by Balaram. Most of demons are killed by Krishna, but some demons, are killed by Balaram. And one of such demons is, is Dhenukasur. And Dhenuka means a donkey, an ass. Asses are famous for their stupidity. We call a foolish person, we call him an ass. And what is the display of their stupidity? Yeah. We see that in India, in Bharat, we see many times donkeys are carrying a big weight. Sometimes the donkey carries such a big weight that you don't see the donkey. It looks like moving by themselves. So how stupid is a donkey? It carries a big burden, and why? Because it's Prabhu, his master. He will give him a little grass. But there is no dearth of grass on this planet. There is plenty of grass everywhere. But the donkey thinks, unless I carry this big burden, I will not get the grass. So that is the donkey's mentality. And that is the influence of the Nukasur on our lives. But Balaram comes and he kills the demon. The Nukasur does not only carry the big burden. So what is the Nukasur doing in Vrindavan? He's protecting fruits, these bale fruits. And when Krishna wanted the fruits, he said, no, I do not want to give it to you. Similarly, the fruit of our action, that if they are not offered to Krishna, then that means we are under the influence of the Nukasur. And the spiritual master comes, and what does he do? He kills the demon and offers all the fruits to Krishna. He enables us to offer all the fruits of our actions to Krishna. That is how the spiritual master is guiding us. And that is Balaram. The influence of Balaram is that he's the representative. That the spiritual master is his representative. Spiritual master is representative of Nityananda. Another demon killed by Balaram is Pralambasur. Pralambasur means deception. So he came in the guise of his devotee. Under the guise of a devotee. Sometimes it happens that people come to pose themselves as great devotees, but actually they are demons, enemies of Krishna. What does the spiritual master do? The spiritual master exposes them and frees us from their influence. He tells us, do not follow these so-called babas, so-called yogis, etc., because they are not devotees of Krishna. They are not going to help us in our spiritual life. There are so many pretentious gurus. But the bona fide spiritual master saves us from fake gurus and situates on the right path of Krishna consciousness. So that's the mercy of Balaram, of Nityananda. So soon we will have Nityananda Trayodasi. So let us take shelter of Lord Nityananda so that we can approach Krishna Chaitanya without hindrance. So Balaram will remove all hindrances from the path of spiritual progress. This is the power of Nityananda. And we hear in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Lord Nityananda, by his mercy, Lord Chaitanya delivered Sarai and Madai, the most fallen. That we sing also that O Lord Nityananda, I'm the most fallen, therefore deliver me. You are the deliverer of the most fallen. Also Lord Chaitanya is called Patita Pavan. But to get the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, we need the mercy of Lord Nityananda. And that is very important. Lord Nityananda was always, Nitya Ananda means always blissful, always blissfully absorbed in Krishna consciousness. If we become blissfully blissfully absorbed with our minds in the chanting, then Krishna will reveal to us. He will reveal himself to us in due course of time. And we will always be blissful, like Lord Nityananda. Therefore, Lord Nityananda's mercy is very important for us. It's represented by the mercy of the spiritual master. The spiritual master gives us instructions. If we follow his instructions, we are connected with the spiritual master, and our life will be auspicious and blissful. These are few words I could say on the importance of getting the mercy of Lord Nityananda. Are there any questions or comments, please?
Thank you so much, Maharaj. Wonderful explaining of Lord Nityananda Prabhu, Balram's mercy. We're grateful
Thank you.
to hear from you today.
Yeah,
And Amritananda Prabhu has a question, Maharaj.
yeah.
Go ahead, Amritananda Prabhu.
Krishna Amritananda Prabhu, please ask your question.
Hold on, I think I'll head on mute 1 minute. Amritananda,
Yeah.
1 minute.
Okay.
I muted everybody.
There seemed to be a technical problem.
Yes.
Someone else had a question?
Yeah, go ahead. Now everybody can unmute. Yeah, Amritananda, go ahead.
Okay. Amritananda Prabhu, please.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisance. All Krishna Srila Prabhupada. Thank you for a very nice class, Maharaj. My question is, Krishna is omnipotent and omnipresent. He's there in everybody and everybody is in him. There's nothing outside of Krishna. So this is one tattva that we learn. Now, understanding this tattva, Maharaj, what is the necessity of, going through the Guru Parampara right up to Nityanand or, Das Anudas Anudas? Because even if we are approaching Krishna directly, Nityanand Prabhu is also an expansion of him. Everybody is, in one sense, an expansion of him. So, what is the significance of going through Nityanand Prabhu?
Thank you for your question. We are in this material world, and a spirit soul, we have our consciousness. Pure consciousness is Krishna consciousness. If we are in this pure consciousness, as you describe, we will see only Krishna in this world. But the obstacle is our contaminated consciousness. And that is Maya, which makes us not see Krishna. That's the problem. And Maya poses many obstacles. That it's an obstacle in itself. Avitam jnanam etina jnanina nityavarina. It's the greatest enemy because it covers our spiritual consciousness. And therefore we don't see Krishna everywhere, although Krishna is everywhere. To remove these obstacles, to purify our consciousness, how to do that? We need the mercy of the spiritual master. And that is where the mercy of Lord Nityananda comes in. Without the mercy of Lord Nityananda, we remain fallen. We cannot see Krishna. That So that is we have just heard the story of Srila Krishnadas Goswami and Minaketan Ramdas. Yeah, he was a bona fide representative of Lord Nityananda. He was his personal servant. But then his brother did not accept Lord Nityananda. Neither did he accept Minaketan Ramdas as his representative. And it said immediately fell down. It means immediately his consciousness was covered. That to uncover our consciousness, we cannot do on our own power. To revive our loving relationship with Krishna, we need the mercy of the spiritual master. And to get the mercy of the spiritual master, means getting the mercy of Lord Nityananda. Because that's explained in Madhurya Kanambini by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. He describes or analyzes the causes of bhakti. What's the cause of bhakti? Bhakti means the cause of bhakti. Bhakti is our original consciousness. How do we get it back? And the conclusion is that Krishna has delegated the power to give bhakti to Balaram, to Nityananda, and the spiritual master. Because they have bhakti. They can help you to uncover it. So, Minaketan Ramdas, he was so ecstatic, and by his influence, everyone who saw him felt love of God, but not those who did not accept Lord Nityananda or Balaram. One must accept the spiritual master. And thus the essential teaching of Bhagavad Gita. In the 3rd chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna, because factually, our consciousness, our pure consciousness is there, but is covered by this ignorance. And therefore, Lord Krishna in the 3rd chapter of Bhagavad Gita explains we have to do sacrifices. And he described different kinds of sacrifices up to the 30th chapter in the 3rd canto. But then he concludes all this, the purpose of all these sacrifices is to be situated in knowledge. But instead of doing all these sacrifices, what takes a lot of time, Krishna said, take to the direct process. Tat vinepane partner pariprishna sevya. Yeah. Upadikshati teham janinas tatvadakshana. Approach the spiritual master and serve him. And by the mercy of the spiritual master, the next verse, Yat vanapurnarmam evan yasyasipaneva yena bhutanyasya nitakshasyatmati atomai. Then you start to see that everything is connected with Krishna. And that there is only Krishna and everything belongs to Krishna. So you become again Krishna conscious. But without the spiritual master, it's not possible. And why is that so? That's the arrangement of Lord Krishna. He made it that such. Does that help? Amritananda Prabhu. I try to explain this to the extent that I have knowledge of this from Prabhupada and the scriptures.
Yes, Maharaj, very nice. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Good. Are there any other questions? We have still...
Questions? Comment?
Okay. There are no other questions, and I look forward to see you all this afternoon in the evening for the Sunday feast class. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Jai Prabhupada.
Thank you very much, Maharaj. Vancha kalpatarubhyasya.
Sindhudaya cha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namah.
Man pakadu Vaishnav ki jai, Dolnath
Jai,
Maharaj ki jai.
Jai,
Swami Maharaj ki jai.
Maharaj ki
Jai,
jai.
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 Hare Krishna.
This coming Saturday is Ekadasi, Sattila Ekadasi. One Ekadasi, you can take sesame seeds, at least. That is that Ekadasi next Saturday.
Saturday or Friday? 25th, no?
Huh?
25th, I thought.
It is Saturday. I will double check, but as far as I know, it is Saturday.
25th, but 25th is Saturday.
25th is Saturday.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry.
That is Ekadasi. We have important days coming up. February 9th, February 10th is Lord Nityananda Balram's appearance day. But before that, 5 days before, we have a very important day, Madhvacharya's appearance day, Ramanacharya's appearance day. So Varaha Dvadasi, day before. In February 2nd, I think it's Tuesday, is Advaita Acharya Prabhu's appearance day. But after that, you see
February
almost
4th.
February 7th, 8th, almost
February
4 or 5
4th
days.
is Advaita Acharya appearance day.
Yeah, Tuesday. Yeah, after that, then these 4 or 5 days are very, very important days leading up to Lord Nityananda Trayodasi. Further down, we have also February 17th, I think. Monday or Tuesday is Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur's appearance day as well in February.
17th.
17th?
Yes.
Yeah, so please note down. So
And
that,
14 to 16 is our Kirtan Love Fest.
Yeah, 14, 16, Kirtan Love Festival. Please mark. If anybody is available for service, especially for February 10th, Monday evening, we have celebrated. For that, we have Abhishek, cooking, many services. Let us know. We would like to cleanse the temple, make it ready before Advaita Acharya appearance. It's possible. It is not possible, at least before Nityananda. We should clean everything, proper altar, the whole temple hall, everything, temple ground, make it clean so that Nityananda will shower his causeless mercy through Sri Prabhupada. So those are the quick announcements. Is available. You can place your orders, govindasanjay.com, or you can contact one of us. Like to sponsor in any way for the Nityananda Trayodasi or Advaita Acharya appearance day, contact us as well. Sunday feast is 401 donation amount. So those are the quick announcements. Sunday feast will let you know. Hopefully, if the weather is like this, we'll have Sunday feast. If the weather is snowing, we have to reconsider, but we will post the message accordingly. Anything else, Prabhu?
No, as you mentioned rightly, 1 o'clock, snow is going to start. So if we will let you know how things progresses and how the weather is. If the weather is worse, we will not have a Sunday feast, but we'll have the class on Zoom, depending upon how it goes. Yeah. But we'll post a message and we'll let you know. Those who are not in the Japathon group, please reach out to us, and we can let you know. Yeah.
Thank you, Prabhu. Okay, that will conclude today's session. Thank you for your kind association. Okay, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.